What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're back at Cars and Coffee. I haven't really filmed anything today. The only reason I came today really is for another BMW, and that is my good friend Dr. M3's M6. A lot of people might not even know that he has this car because he hardly ever drives it, but same engine as my M5 that's sitting over there, but Doc has an exhaust on his. It's the Eisenman, I think it is, race exhaust. It sounds awesome. You guys gotta hear this. This might be the exhaust that I get from my car. But this is gorgeous M6 convertible. It's got the red leather interior. Got the carbon fiber bits here. This one has the SMG transmission. It's very low miles. I don't know exactly how low it is, but I think it's like 18,000 or something like that. And yeah, good looking car. But mainly the sound. You gotta open up these V10s, man. Got to. Look at these pipes, man. They're huge. So by the way, we have my good friend Dr. M3 on here. You know, this car is the reason I came here today, right? I've been waiting for hours.
Well,
you gotta start this thing up.
You have it. 12 years, 13 years of ownership. I'm actually gonna make a video on it.
So did you buy this car new?
I bought this, I'm the original owner.
Sweet. How many miles was that? 18,000?
Very good. It's 19,000 miles.
Sweet.
But here, we're gonna start it up.
All right, cool.
Stand back, guys. It's gonna turn on.
Oh, that sounds so much better. So much better. See, this is what I need. That sounds so good.
That was my first video ever made for my channel.
Yeah.
Back in 2006.
Yeah.
I flew to California to check out the first.
I remember you saying that. Yeah. See, I've driven this car once, but it was so long ago. I forget.
Dude, so you have stock exhaust on the
inside?
inside?
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah. Eisenman so this is the race. This is the Eisenman Sport. There's Eisenman race exhaust. The Sport is a little too quiet.
Yeah.
And so this is race.
Yeah, I want the race.
And then, but you know they make another one. They make Meister Shaft.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
That one is You Will Die.
Yeah.
It is.
Is there any drone with this exhaust?
No.
None.
That's
okay. All right, so this is what we need, people, because that is like a Tesla. I mean, it's the quietest V10 I've ever experienced in my life. I don't like it.
It's the feel.
Yeah, I know.
You need the sound.
You know, I'm all about the sound.
You're about the sound. You're not gonna do the blah, 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 blah,
No,
blah,
no. No, I'm gonna keep that somewhat classy. Maybe. All right, so Doc's gonna go for a quick little ride here so we can actually hear the car drive off, and then he's gonna come down here. Wow, that sounds so good. I need that. Eisenman race exhaust. Oh, we got a nice E39 M5 sitting here. Man, I could hear it. Listen. Oh, and it's not too loud. It's nice. I love it. I love it, man. Hey, it sounds so good, Doc. I mean, it does. When you were just coming down, and you weren't like slamming on it or anything like that. It sounds perfect. No, that's a Tesla. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another day in the same video. So we're on our way in the Ferrari, as you guys can tell, and there's not many V10 cars, even with an exhaust, that can beat the sound of a stock Ferrari V12. This thing sounds so good, and I know I've said it a million times already, this one is getting an exhaust as well. It's just the logistics of where I need to go to get it that I'm trying to figure out here, but it's happening very, very soon. So we're actually on our way out to a place called Latrobe, PA. That's where Blackout Tinting has their headquarters, and they have a little customer appreciation day, and I'm actually going out there tomorrow as well to drop the M5 off as it's getting expelled. I was trying to have my wife come with me and Sydney as well, but they had other plans for today, so we could drive out both cars at the same time. Now I'm gonna have to make double trips. Okay, so we might as well do a quick little mileage update here on the Ferrari. When I bought it early May, it had 8,600 miles on it. It now has 12,433. So we've almost put 4,000 miles on this car, which, I mean, for a lot of exotic car owners, that's a lot, especially in just 4 months. Many owners don't even do that in a year, so I'm definitely putting this thing to use, and I absolutely love driving it. I mean, I have to pinch myself like almost every day, and I've talked about this in videos before about being grateful, but even driving around in a Ferrari can get kind of like, you get used to it, and you kind of lose sight in a way of how blessed you truly are. And I'm speaking for myself here, of course. I mean, it's so amazing, so amazing. Huge thanks to you guys for always watching the videos. It's hard to find the proper thing to say, but I'm just very, very grateful. Thank you guys so much. So check it out, guys. Here we are, blackout tinting. A lot of nice cars here. We got a Bullet, we got a ZR1, bunch of Corvettes, Lotus, C63, we got the F12, we got another CR1, we got a Hellcat, two 911 turbos, we got a Supra. Look at this. Something different we don't always see on the channel. This belongs to a friend of mine's dad. This thing is sick. I don't know much about these vintage cars, but you gotta appreciate something like this. Man, check out this spiker. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, definitely different. Doors go up. More than I can say about my Ferrari. You got a Pista in here as well. Gallardo. Got the AMG GTS. And we got the Ford GT. Look at that. We got Docked M3 here in the Performante. We got a 458. We got a 720. We got Docked M3 here in a second car of his. The Aventador Anniversario. Look at that. My buddy Denny and his awesome Huracan. But back to the Ford GT, man. This thing looks so menacing, especially from the front. I love this gray color and the black stripe. Man, this is so awesome. What the hell is that? I've never. Is that a Corvette? So we're on our way back, by the way, and I just saw that on the road. I have no idea what that is. It looked like a weird version of a Corvette at first, but it wasn't. Someone who knows, drop a comment. What's going on, guys? It's a new day. I know, very weird transition in the vlog. We're actually on our way to blackout tinting again, the same route I drove yesterday, but now Mike is with me in the M5 because we got to drop the M5 off for PPF and ceramic coating. So now we're on our way back. I'm sorry, man. I know it's confusing. Check out the rear bumper delete on the Chevy Cruze. All right, so we're back here. We were yesterday, dropping the car off. Quietest V10 ever, huh, Mike?
It's quiet.
Yeah, I know.
I miss my turbos.
Shut up. No, but I mean, the tunnel runs, they're just like, they're weak. There was no difference in style. It actually sounds okay when you just driving and you passed me and like you hit it a little bit. I mean, you hear that tiny little V10 sound, but in the tunnel, it's like, it's no different. It's horrible. But now Mike's gonna get his first ride in the Ferrari. The Ferrari. And it's raining, of course. I would drive back home for 50 miles. So we've dropped Mike off. We're back at Iron City. Some might remember that we were here in the last video as well with the M5 and Mike's M3. I am very curious to find out what my Ferrari F12 actually weighs. So we're here. I came here, like I said, with the M5, also with the AMG. Now we're gonna find out what my supercar weighs. What do you guys think? Guess in the comments real quick here. I'm guessing around 4,000. By the way, we got almost a full tank of gas. So the car takes about 20 gallons of gas. So we got some weight there as well. I'm gonna go up on the ramp here, the actual scale, and then I'm gonna jump out real quick. We'll see exactly what the car weighs. All right, guess guys, guess. All right, so we got the results in. Boom, 3920. It's actually slightly less than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were gonna hit about 4,000, which I mean, yeah, it's close, but we got a lot of gas in the car. So with me in it, and I weigh about 215, we're at, you know, 41 and some change. So well, pretty good. 730 horsepower, 4,100 pounds with me in it. That's all right power to weight ratio. God, look at all these leaves. Fall is coming, boys. Fall is coming. I'm not a big fan, but what are you gonna do when you live in Pennsylvania? Wish it was summer all year long. Yeah, I know a lot of people say, why don't you just move to Florida? Well, we can't at the moment, but we will at some point. But okay, all right, let's talk about the title of today's video. This is the type of video, I don't really want to make these type of videos, but what we do on this channel is we cover the full ownership experience, the good and the bad. And I don't really want it to be a video where I'm just like, you know, overly complaining and stuff like that. But when you see the issue with this car, you are kind of going to be like, yeah, what the hell, man? You know, this is for me, $250,000 car. And new price for this was over $400,000 because it's fully loaded. The previous owner, you know, you check pretty much every box. The only thing you could have gotten as well was like a carbon fiber shield. There might be some little thing here and there, but you know, it has the passenger display, front rear camera, the lift system, full carbon fiber. We all know about the carbon fiber engine bay. You know, I mean, it's just loaded, and it costs a lot of money. Now I'm gonna do a full video of just like typical little things that are like first world problems when you own a car like this. They're not massive major issues, but a car like this, and people, I was told this before I bought the car, and right when I got the car, they're like, well, you're gonna start experiencing like typical Ferrari isms, like just tiny little things. A car like this is very finicky. You know, the only issue I've really had was the alternator belt that happened, but what we found out later on from the service department was that they hadn't actually replaced the alternator belt when it was supposed to be replaced during the, I think, 8,000 mile service that was done right before I bought the car. So that's kind of why that happened to me. Now since then, like I said, it's only been finicky little, you know, first world problem issues that I've had, but other than that, the car runs great. I mean, I said it early in the video, I'm so blessed to have this thing. It's my dream supercar, and I absolutely love it. But there is one huge problem with Ferrari F12. I mean, huge and huge. I mean, that's relative, but it is a pretty big problem, and especially when you think of the price of this car when it was new. $400,000, over $400,000. Now I knew about this little issue, that it could happen to F12s before I bought the car. And you can go back and watch the video, the first video that I ever filmed of this car when I actually drove to Marshall Goldman to just take a look at it. I walked over here because I'd read on the forums about the car, you know, doing some research and stuff, and they're like, you know, mechanically it's pretty much bulletproof, but check for little things in the paint. And I was like, okay, and they were like, you know, if the car has PPF, it helps, but if it doesn't, then this can happen pretty frequently. And it has happened to me, although it wasn't an issue when I was looking at the car, because I have video of this. There was none of this at the time. This has happened after I took ownership, and it's just so typical. Look at this here. Hopefully my camera is focusing properly. But you see around these ear vents here on each side, there's a lot of heat that comes out here. A problem with Ferrari F12s is that the paint starts, like, there's corrosion that happens, and you see all this bubbly paint. Now you guys can yourselves just Google this, like Ferrari F12 bubbly paint or whatever. You'll land on Ferrari Chat, the forums, where they talk about this. It's a very common issue for F12s. Look at this big one here. And we have it over here on this side as well. The paint is bubbling all around these air vents here. Now, to my understanding, it is something wrong in the whole installation process of this mesh part here, where it actually cuts into the metal, and the metal hasn't been properly treated before they painted the car. So what ends up happening is that you get this bubbly paint. Now what bugs me even more was that it, you know, again, I have video of this. I didn't see it before I bought the car. This happened right after. And you know, it varies, but it can take a few years before this starts showing. I mean, I noticed it actually pretty quick. It was this bigger little bulging thing here that started showing, and then I started seeing this smaller little corrosion and bubbliness in the paint after that. Now, with that being said, we're gonna pop the trunk here. Many of you will probably remember from a video I did that this cabin light here, at one point I noticed that water was dripping out of here, and that's kind of concerning because, you know, it's electricity. So I brought that up to the service department, and I wanted that covered by the warranty that's on the car. And they contacted Ferrari, and Ferrari was like, no, we don't cover leaks. We don't cover any kind of leaks. And I was like, long story short, they wouldn't cover it. I had to pay for that, $625. But would you believe that they do cover this? So what's going to end up happening is, now I mean, Ferrari approved this in like beginning of June, but I needed my car. My car is my business, as well as many of you guys know. So this is going to be taken care of during the winter. So Ferrari is actually going to repaint my car. Now, I don't know exactly how they're going to end up doing it, if they take this whole rear quarter panel part here, and you see how it's one piece, the whole roof, and the A-pillar and everything. But others that I know this has happened to, well, on the forums, not that I know personally, you know, when they've gotten their cars repainted, depending on who does it, of course, they match up the paint perfectly and it looks great. So, yeah. That's the issue. I mean, it's an annoying issue. Why? I mean, it doesn't look good. Again, to me, this is a $250,000 car, because that's what I had to pay. Brand new, it was over $400,000. And they have an issue with corrosion and bubbly paint just a few years later. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could understand if it happened like freaking 20 years later. But it's just, it's so annoying. Now, there's a big air vent here on the hood as well on all F12s. But for some reason, it doesn't seem to be an issue for any owner that I know of, at least. There's no bubbliness here. You can just see a little dirt here under the PPF. It will be taken care of, but that is the issue that I unfortunately am having. Either way, I mean, it's mainly just an annoyance. Again, it doesn't affect the way the car performs, or, you know, the emotions I feel when I drive it, and the sound and all that good stuff. But yeah. Car's gonna need repainted, at least a big part of the car. So there we have it. That's today's video. I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna have a lot to say about that. But yeah, at least it's gonna be taken care of. I mean, it's not something that I'm gonna have to pay for. It's covered by Ferrari. It's a warranty thing or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be without the car for a while it's being repainted, and then the paint needs to cure properly before we put PPF on it and stuff like that. But then again, it's gonna be winter, so depending on how bad the winter is, I wouldn't be driving it anyhow. With those crappy news, I hope you guys still enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. If you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to, please subscribe. Remember, give this video a thumbs up as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.